October the 20th, 2021. Got a quick video. After 3 years, almost 4, CERN is cranking back up. Beam 1 is armed, beam 2 is armed on the right. You can see they're reaching, at this point, what they would call low power, giga electron volts. And this is, again, today, look at your date. It's the 21st there because they're on the Franco-Swiss border, and they're running off that time. It's UTC time. You can see in the red and blue beams, we're watching this live move. Red beam, blue beam, and these are colliding. Now, notice to the very far right of that, we're, again, dealing in giga electron volts. In other words, they're just cranking this thing up. Notice Atlas, and the CMS charts here. All of that's working. Your cryogenics are ready. But when it really gets serious, they'll go from giga electron volts to tera electron volts. And we'll be seeing that on this particular chart when it gets there. Right now, it's at 0 TeV or tera electron volts, but this will crank up. Now, the first thing to look at when you see them crank up is the magnetopause. This is a satellite imaging or satellite sensors that are detecting our Earth shields. The sun is to the right, the energy's coming in, the Earth is in that white circle in the center. The white side of the circle is the sun-facing side. And guys, you remember, for you guys that were here back 3 and 4, 5 years ago, we saw this particular magnetopause collapse all the way in to the north and south poles as they cranked into the tera electron volts. When they got to 14 TeV, guys, they said they had reached peak luminosity and shut it down. Now they've added a lot of equipment. This right here is not natural distortion of the shields. Check that out. This is when they were cranking it up. But again, when they go to full power, we will see the north and south poles of our shields collapse all the way inside the dotted area, which is the satellite band. But right now, you do not see this type of activity on our shields. This is mechanical manipulation. Now, let me say this. Whether or not it's intentional, I do not know. But, guys, I have seen extreme distortions in this shield. And now that we're in grand solar minimum, any distortion in the shield, any cracks in it, which will be created when they go into tera electron volts, will allow more radiation into the core of the Earth. And right now, with the ASO Japan volcano exploding today, we got La Palma. The last thing we need is to weaken the shields and let more of that radiation into the planet. You feel it, guys, in sunburns, the plants burn up and everything. But we have seen this manipulation before. And one of the amazing things about it, and I will do another video and go into more technical detail, but on the CERN site, there's almost, there's a building that's kind of the main headquarters. Most of the electronics are underground, but that top round building is designed after a Tesla tower. And there's a lot of things like that that are unique to the CERN site. It's on the Franco-Swiss border. But, guys, the Earth's magnetic field is not as strong as you think it is. It's kind of a delicate balance. And it's a perfect balance that was designed by God. But when you start interfering with that, you start interfering with other things on the planet. Weather, heat, radiation, things like that. But did you know that the CERN has a magnetic field too? You've got a 17-mile underground loop where they collide the red and blue lines from different beams, and they find the God particle, Higgs boson, all of that, a full luminosity. That field that is generated from this site is 100,000 times more powerful than our Earth shields. Think about that. And what we're seeing now at low power is physical distortion in the, again, in our shields. and there's going to be problems going forward. A lot of people have been saying, what about CERN? What about CERN? And I would come in like once a year and say, guys, they're shut down until late 2021. And now here we are going into almost November, and they're starting to crank it back up. We're going to keep an eye on it, but again, it's the worst of times for this to be going on right now. What is their end game? Many people have speculated. Is it opening a portal? What is it doing? And I guarantee you that it's nothing that's good for mankind. But we're watching it. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.